let's start it off.
Let's go.
All
Bring
right.
it in.
Hey everyone, I'm Angela.
Bill Cook.
And today we're here with Authentically Angela podcast, but I'll tell you, that's the name of my YouTube channel, but it's really Angela and Friends. Today my co-host is my good friend here, Bill Cook. I call him Cook. And we're gonna just jump right into it. What are we cutting and lighting to start with?
All right. I play a lot of golf. So a guy I know told me a funny story once that a guy who's well-heeled was smoking $20 cigars on the course, just flicking them off, and he says, listen, I know you're doing well, but you got to find a different way. So he found this place in Miami. They all winter in Florida.
Oh, I can't wait to go down to Cigar Central. Cigar Central. Have you ever been down?
Yeah.
It's like cigar heaven down there.
Yeah, exactly. But he found a place where they hand roll them in Miami. It's called Maya Cigars.
Nice.
And they were the coolest people you could talk to on the phone. And he said, use my name, and I did. The thing with Maya, if you're interested, if you look it up, Cigar Maya Miami, you'll come up, you'll hit on it. I think it's just small, but it's all hand rolled, and
beautiful.
You gotta buy. I think you gotta buy 100.
Oh, to get. Yeah. They don't just sell you 5.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you
Big
play
time.
golf and you give cigars away,
Yeah.
100
goes quick.
very quickly.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh.
That's mine. I'll give you that. That was it for you.
Wow,
And
thank
these
you.
are just a couple of catalogs. This
I
was a
love
blowout.
today's gift day. Look
Yeah,
at this.
yeah.
Cook brought all the goods.
These are.
I'm
These are
loving
what
it.
I call the medium grade cigars for smoking. They taste good,
Yeah.
but golf
gonna
is a
push
little
it,
rough on smoking. I mean, you got to lay it down, you got to pick it up, they get sand on it.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste a $15 one
No.
on golf. So these
I
are
hear-
perfect. I don't know if you play golf, but these are perfect
I
for
hear you.
smoking.
You know, we'll go back to this from where I'm from Bethpage. We'll talk about that's
Oh, there you go. That's golf.
It's Golf Central right there. I have a story about that. But yeah, so let's see. Which one are you smoking of the two? Are these?
I
are
grabbed
the
the
same
Maya.
company? The
Yeah, these
Maya
are the hand rolled ones with
and,
the.
Okay, but the same manufacturers putting these both out, or
No, that was
two?
this is store one that I just bought. It was on a blowout,
Nice.
and I just thought it'd be good for golf.
Yes.
These hand rolls, these are not they're not insane either. I think they work out to like $5 each.
Nice.
I did buy the 100.
Yeah,
but
sure. Well, okay, so let's see. Let's open this up. Well, I love the ASMR with this. So we'll show this on the camera here. So Maya, nice. So I've never tried this before.
It's a cool lady,
I can't
too.
wait to try it. Oh,
She answered the phone and you're like, hey, honey, how you doing? You up in New York? And she was cool. I liked her.
yeah. So I'm gonna do a V cut. But you said since this is a torpedo, actually.
I'm not.
Straight cut.
I mean, it's a free country on cigars. I like this guy. Hey, how do you work this one?
All right, so this is the guillotine. I never say it right. Guillotine. But you know what it is? It's got the stopper. On the
Yeah, I
back
see
there.
that.
It's got the backstop.
You got one on me there.
So sometimes actually with the torpedo, I cut it twice. So because you're only gonna get a little nip.
Oh,
slip.
okay.
So then
because I like
it's like a
little bit.
guard. Well, you gotta take the.
I know. I'm like lazy. I just
do you
cut the whole.
Through,
I cut through.
the.
I do,
Look at
man.
this guy. All right, well, this is the first. I'm loving it. You saw it here first, everyone.
Usually, I'm rushing to the first tee.
Yeah.
So I'm just cutting the
right
whole.
through the cellophane and all.
I'm cutting the whole thing off. So man, and I give it a big cut because.
Yeah, you gotta have that good.
Now here I'm smoking
Yeah.
with you, and I'm gonna enjoy it. But when I'm playing golf,
Yeah.
my cigars get a little
Chewed up and.
chewed up.
weathered.
They get disrespected.
Yeah.
They get thrown on the ground.
Yeah.
They don't receive the proper love that they deserve.
Well, you know, if you're a golfer and you can relate to this, comment below. And like I said, also you guys can email, ladies and gents, all our friends out there, authenticallyangelapodcast @gmail.com. I welcome you guys kind of, and like I said, when I say guys, I mean guys and gals, all people. I feel like that's an old school term for me. I'm just always constantly just saying, you guys. Email with like your cigar picks, your favorite maybe top 3 or 5 cigar companies. I love to know what everyone's smoking out there, and if I've never tried it before, I will definitely try it on this show. So let's see. We got this cut, and now we're gonna get it light. Did you?
The lady and the man that helped me.
Do you toast the foot? I'd like to do that first. Do you do that, or do you know about that?
You know what? I got a lighter next to me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Again,
in
on
the wind.
Golf course, so yeah.
But yes, usually I would totally do that. But
Yeah.
I'm inside and I'm not really worried about my light right now.
Yeah.
So I could just sort of smoke like a normal person instead of an insane man, which is my usual move.
Do you find that you do quick puffs? Because I find I do that. Like, do you smoke it fast, or you just kind of do nice slow draws? You're out on the links there, or
It's funny. I feel like I'm smoking fast.
yeah.
But
Well,
I
this
play with
smells
guys.
Really good.
I play
This
with
smells
guys.
really good.
Oh, good.
Right on light up. Oh, I'm already loving it. I have never tried it before.
Who smoked two when I smoke one? So I think I am slow, but
You could use that if you want. That has a lot of nice juice in it. Thank you. All right, and I
What do you
like the
think?
band on this too. It's
you know,
red and
I was
black
a little
and gold.
worried. I don't have a humidor. My wife is a
Talk to me,
little
yeah.
not into
Too-
my smoking as much as you are.
She gives you a little guilt sometimes.
More than a little. But what are you gonna do? You know. But I do smoke. I smoke less in the winter because you're just not outside.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's why
in
I
the
did this.
summer, yeah,
You gotta come
this is
here now.
perfect. But when you're playing golf, you
Yeah.
can smoke a lot.
Yeah.
It's you play twice in a day, you could rip a few.
You
And
think you
then
do at
I
least
also
3?
like to cut grass at my house,
Yeah.
and then that is like the best time to smoke.
Yeah, one of my buddies, he's a retired police officer. He told me that when he's on the mower, lights up.
It's
Back
the
and forth.
greatest.
Yeah, but I haven't done that yet. But well, actually, here I have a push mower. I
You
don't
need-
have
you-
enough
a
yard.
push mower.
You have a rider.
A
at
push
home?
mower is a tough move because it's
Yeah,
right in your
you can be-
face. But when you're riding, it's the best. But playing golf, I love smoking when I play. But like if it's raining, golf is a little maddening because you got a bag, you got an umbrella, you got a ball, you got and I lose shit constantly. So smoking on rainy days, as much as I like it, not too much. But on a nice day, after you're rolling, it's the perfect thing. It's really good.
Yeah, would you say, like, on a nice, strong golf day, when you would smoke 3 cigars from whole...
That would be a lot for me.
That would be, so at least 2, you'd say.
That would be a lot
when
for
you're
me.
playing Now, do you light up on the first hole? Like, you're already lighting up when you're walking out there?
I have done that.
I think the bottom of that might have went out.
I got to relight.
We gotta get
You know what?
light for you.
Is this one? Does this one do the regular cut?
That's the V cut.
Yeah.
Have you done
I
that?
want a regular one.
Yeah, that one. You can have that one by you. Yeah. What I'm gonna do while you cut that and fix the light on that, I'm gonna open this up. And we'll do a cheers. We've got to start this out with our stick and our cheers. Tell you what
I'm a
have
hot
here.
mess when I hit the first tee mentally, and so I usually wait until I get out there and I get settled down because I got to find this, I got to find that, I got to know who my partner is, what's the bet, the whole schmeal.
Yeah.
And so I will light up. I've lit up on the first tee a lot, but I notice it's better to wait for me.
Wait a moment. Yeah.
Because I'm not enjoying.
Let's do cheers. What do you have in there today?
I got plain old coffee.
All right. Well, cheers. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thanks
Wait,
for
what's
coming.
the Italian word?
Oh, Alisante.
Alisante.
Alisante. Yeah, it's funny. There's all, well, we're all...
Alisante.
Let's talk about Long Island for a second, because speaking about golf, because
I'm from there.
Yeah. Hey, we know this. Now, what town again? Did you grow up?
Northport.
Okay. Did you go to public or private?
Public.
High school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Northport had a very good school system.
Yeah, yeah. I had some cousins over there. I'm from Bethpage, and actually for me, I went to Catholic school my first 2 years of high school, and then I did graduate the public high. That's not a punch.
It's not?
That's a,
Can I use it as a punch?
No, because then you'll clog.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I
was gonna use
have
a
a
needle.
punch. Do you want a punch? You could probably, you know what? I think it's not. I don't think the whole circumference is lit. That might be what happened. But anyhow, Beth Page.
I should have listened to you right from the get-go.
Oh, it's all right. It just looked like it was.
So wait, give me that again. I'm sorry, I missed your district. Beth Page?
Beth Page High School. My first 2 years was in a Catholic school, but then I did finish at Beth Page High School. But Beth Page, for those that know out there, is talking about like golfing. Tiger Woods played there. I don't know. You probably know that. Have you been on the Beth Page Black?
Everybody knows Beth Page. I played 3 of those courses: the green, the red, and another one I can't remember. But I never played the black. The black requires a certain dedication. You got to get up at 4. You got to get online. I would definitely try it now that I'm retired and I have some time and I'm a better player than I used to be. Like when I lived on Long Island, I couldn't even play. Now I could play a little bit. So.
Yeah, because
did you ever play there?
State park. No, but I didn't personally play. My parents did. They had the whole thing. The porch had we had a covered in porch. And their bags were in there, the spiky shoes. I remember being a little girl loving playing with the cool spiky shoes.
There's a ton of stuff.
Back in that's even back then. Those the shoes are different. The shoes are better now, but yeah.
That's when they were real. They were metal spikes.
Yes, they were metal long spikes.
Yeah,
they were way bigger spikes then, and like a metal pin.
And they were fancy leather shoes, expensive. I mean, they're expensive now, but they're much more.
Yeah.
You know, guys would have shoes, older guys, for years.
Yeah,
to get them repaired, just like in the old shoe shops.
Right, like
that's kind of like a thing of the past now. Guys get new shoes.
It's almost like a cleat today. Would you call it a cleat?
Say your favorite player wears a beige and a black shoe, you know, and it looks a certain way. That's it. Everyone gets that shoe.
Yeah.
You know? And it's very. I'm sure back in the day, you know, if Jack wore black McGregor shoes, then that's what I'm going to wear.
Yeah, sure.
But now it's dominated by fashion.
This is your Virtual Cigar Lounge. That's what we're here for. Thanks again, for sure. I probably already mentioned at the top, for watching on YouTube, Authentically Angela, and then listening wherever you may be on Spotify. So, we were saying, I was saying, so all cigar people know in the community that there's certain like cuts and rolls, and like this is a torpedo head. If they're tightly, there's a tight draw. Sometimes you have to like relight it. So, more often than you would think, but
this is a tight draw.
Yeah.
You got to really work it a little bit.
It's a little tight, but it is nice and flavorful for sure.
Do you like it?
I do. Do you have a super palate? Did I ask you that? Do you pick up, because some people, when they smoke cigars, they don't really, not that they don't care about the flavor notes, but you're still enjoying it fully.
I heard you.
As much as you don't pick up the flavor notes.
Discussing that. And I avoid anything flavored. Like, I only like, I don't even have the words cigar-wise, but like, I like the more Robusto kind of. I like the darker leaf. I like the darker.
Yeah.
I don't really like the lighter color ones. Although I have some friends that have, like I mentioned, that have given me Connecticut wrappers, light ones that are very good. So it's all over the place. But I don't go for the what are these ones? The Swishers or any of those. It's just not my jam.
No, I don't actually particularly like flavored ones. I know Drew Estate has some like naturally infused. Have you heard of those?
Yeah.
But I've tasted the Fat Bottom Betty is naturally infused. I do like that one, but I just mean like this one. It's not flavored, but the natural flavors in the tobacco. I'm saying like that nuttiness. Do you pull on those, or you just for you just like, nah, I'm just enjoying this really good warm smoke. You like the hazelnut. Sometimes people say, oh, I taste hazelnut.
Yeah, I don't. Listen, if a person gives me one, I'm down. But that's not my jam. I go for the plain oles.
Yeah.
The darker color.
Yeah, Maduro.
I like them a little bigger. I like the torpedo shape.
You do like the torpedo.
Would
you say you like the torpedo more than?
Even though you got to work a little harder.
Yeah. Now, why do you say you like torpedo? Is that something maybe like your grandfather or someone? Is like anyone in your family smoke cigars that made you kind of like nostalgic with it, or?
No, more friends and people I've met. I like them because they're tougher. Like they're not, you know what I mean? Like you could screw up a good cigar in a minute if you bump into something, or torpedoes. They're not gonna crumble easy, and especially as mentioned, playing golf. You can screw them up pretty easy. And the roll is tight. You don't want to, if you put a cigar on a dewy grass. It's
For sure, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, putting on the dewy grass. Oh yeah, well, let's touch back on that. We never finished. So you've been to the Bethpage Black. No, you've been to the Bethpage course, but you haven't played the Black.
right. I'm very aware of it.
Yeah,
I know its importance in golf lore.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
could be maybe Torrey Pines. I'm not a golf historian, so don't yell at me. I'm just taking off my wrapper here.
Yeah.
My Maya wrapper. But
Oh wait,
it is
no, that's actually a band.
a bang.
Because you do know the first leaf of a cigar is the
I heard you say this. I'm failing the quiz.
wrapper.
Yeah.
It's funny because you're a heavy cigar man, but which is fine. Like some people, they don't even know that there are what the parts of the cigar are, which you don't have to. It's like saying and I always go back to the chicken dish. You could love rosemary chicken. You don't know what's in it. You don't know how it gets cooked.
That's right.
But that's
I like it.
I think I'm just maybe overly obsessed with what's going on with the cigar.
Someone's got to know about these things.
Somebody, right? Yeah. So this is a nice band. Do you keep a cigar journal?
I do not.
Oh.
I do not.
Do you save them though,
Nah, I'm a little bit. I hate to admit it. I'm a little bit of a closet smoker because my wife doesn't feel it at all.
Oh, she better not watch this then.
Well, as long as I'm helping someone else, she'll like that.
Yeah.
But then
Okay. So let's say if you're at a wedding and you have a stick and she's there, will you hesitate to have one, or
not at a wedding? Because
yeah.
At a wedding, that means that other people she knows are smoking. So I'm like,
Yeah.
why do I got to be weirdo guy who doesn't smoke? No, she's not gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you can't really go on your back porch, you're saying, and light up if you're in the mood.
I don't really do that. I would do it around the house.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of kids in my life right now, so I mean, kids are amused to no end about smoking. I mean, you could stand on your head all day long and not get their attention. You light up a cigar, you got the whole Pied Piper thing going.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't mind that, but I don't want to be like the guy, next thing you know, a kid's smoking a Ret and you're the guy who created all the problems. So I don't want to be that.
Wait a minute.
I don't want to be that guy.
I'm going to out you. I do have a picture of you, actually. I'm going to put it up. Oh, when you were a kid. So.
Yeah.
So who was the smoker though in your household?
My father.
He was into cigars.
Yeah, he was.
But now, did your mom?
My mother smoked Rets. She doesn't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But.
Yeah. So, it was that you and your.
And that's the old days, like smoking in cars.
Oh yeah.
Prenatal smoking. That's when smoking was good.
I know, because I'm actually of the age where. I think Jen's mom actually was smoking pregnant with her.
Well,
so we're talking. I mean, it's not something to laugh at, but that's the way it was.
I know my mother was.
That's the way it was back then. Yeah.
But that's.
Yeah.
It was a different
time.
They were smoking pre-label.
Yeah.
I remember when. I don't specifically remember, but I remember watching the news with my parents and the first labels getting on cigarettes, and that was a huge deal.
Yeah,
it took forever to do that.
For sure. No, I
but we're not here to get down on smoking.
No.
Whatever you.
No, absolutely not. And then I even remember when my uncle told me I believe when he first went to college, you could drink at 18 then, and then it would maybe his freshman year it went to 21, and he was like, oh man, everyone else ruined all the bad people. Not the bad, but the people got in trouble. It was like this, whatever he was saying about well, it's not bad, it's good because you can't drink and drive. But it was like all the laws changed for the better of the safety of the community, but in his eyes, he saw it as like
he
people who abused it. Made it for him. Now then he went to college. He couldn't drink because then it went up to 21 right then.
Well, he must be about my age because I totally remember that.
When it shifted.
Yeah, nobody got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hear any older brothers getting in trouble for drinking and driving. And by the way, I do recall a lot of accidents on Long Island. But
it's changed for the better.
You started hearing about people
still.
in boats getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine on Long Island, no drinking? And then you started hearing about actual people you knew getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And by the way, the drinking law changed. I was an 18 guy.
You have a
but my brothers who were right behind me
Yeah.
got caught in the other one, so they couldn't drink till 21. So that was a hot topic in our house.
Yes.
Here's a tea, by the way, if you want to
oh.
loosen up your smoke. There's a little trick.
Oh, show us, tell us. I like that actually. That's pretty cool. Show us the tea.
You got to make sure you have a good cigar. But if you're getting a tough draw, and you have a tea, with a point on it. This is not.
See that? You heard it here.
This is not position A, but I'm going to
professional.
try it anyway because I'm getting frustrated with my draw. That was me though.
I love
and then
it.
you just stick it in carefully without destroying. You got to have a good cigar. If you have a dry one, it'll ruin it.
Yeah. I like that. I'm going to have to get a tea now in my
Here, you know what?
cigar
I'm going to
bag.
give this to the show.
Yeah, I'm loving it. That we learn something new every day.
But I do remember that because Long Island was crazy. It was a lot of bad accidents. You knew it was coming. But I remember when those laws changed. The boating ones.
Yeah.
I did not own a boat. My brothers do now.
Did your
boating,
family have a boat? Did your parents have a boat?
No, but they had
Yeah.
They liked boats.
Yeah.
And liked to be around boats in the water. And we went to like everybody on Long Island, all beaches all the time. North Shore beaches, Fire Island, everything else.
We've been on the beach since we were in diapers.
Yeah. Well, but
it's the best part.
Drinking and driving, it was a change. Drinking and boating and drinking really upset some people.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's, I'm not arguing the wisdom of the rules. They were needed, but it was a shock.
Yeah.
Because we knew a lot of people that partied a lot. That's what happened on Long Island. You went on a boat. You weren't there to just eat a sandwich, man.
We were going to talk about the podcast you're listening to, but I'm going to tell you the segue. We're going to do a roundabout segue for that, because speaking about drinking and boating, and I'm listening to the Bertcast, and he was saying how he grew up in Florida. So he's actually around my age. So back, let's say, I don't even know, early 80s, 70s.
He's from Florida? I didn't know that.
His father is from Levittown.
Oh, shit.
Levittown, and then they came down to, I think he grew up in Tampa, I'm not even sure, but he was saying, like you say with the boating on Long Island, he said drinking and driving, again, we're opening up Pandora's box.
We're just talking here, all right?
Yeah,
we're not proponents.
Right, because I actually drive a school bus on the side, so my safety is to the highest hill. As a mother, my safety, believe me, actually, people in my family joke, they call me Mrs. Safety. And you're a retired teacher, so we don't want anyone drinking and driving, trust me on that. But I'm just saying,
thank God I've never gotten in trouble for that, but it's...
Yeah, we're talking like
it's serious.
Yeah. But he was saying how back then even you would have you'd go into whatever, the 7-Eleven, put the case in between you and your high school dude, 12th grade, and just drive. Nobody, and he said even you'd basically be waving to cops, and they would, it would be kind of look the other way. But that's, again, a different time. I know Mad and Sad exists, those organizations.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, one of my cousins, sadly, in Florida, when I heard that on the Bertcast, I said, oh, maybe that's why my poor cousin got smashed by a drunk driver. He lived, but he had to have his wired jaw, and his jaw wired, and that was a whole big scary ordeal. But thank God today he's, thriving. But yeah, it's not good. But we should, let's come off that topic.
Yeah,
Let's come off. Let's not go back to this topic.
I'll end it on this. I'm very close to my high school friends to this day. We don't live in the same area anymore, but the cool thing about texting these days, you get threads going, and now you're together again by a text.
Yeah.
But often we'll see a horrible story about drinking and driving, And we just like nod our heads like, holy shit, how do we avoid that? Like, and we did, but
Yeah.
it's serious shit. You can't be doing that.
No. Yeah, so I'm enjoying the Bertcast. So what are you're listening to another stand up, right? What are you listening to?
I listened to a few. I was a huge Norm Macdonald fan. He had one. I listened to Bill Burr, not as much anymore. I don't know why.
Love Bill Burr. Actually, you remind me of Bill Burr. you know,
He's funny.
You got the good jokes. You're the Hudson Valley.
He
version.
can break things down like nobody. Like work, I don't care what it is. He's very good.
Yeah.
And I listen to Sebastian and Pete a lot.
Yeah, tell me about that. I gotta check that out. Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, anybody that knows Sebastian's story,
That's Sebastian Maniscalco.
For those
that don't know, he is
for those
hysterical.
at home.
He's hysterical.
But I mean, he moved to L.A. when he was like 20 or something, and started in the service industry and was determined to become a comedian, and now a man. Yeah. And he's very funny, and I just like his whole thing with his family, his father, his cheapness. It's anybody that listens, and his whole storytelling. His podcast is just as funny. Now he's a physical comic. He doesn't really tell jokes. He's just
he tells
who he
a
is.
Story.
But his podcast is hilarious.
Yeah. You mean like a joke, like set him up, like he does.
He's not a Rodney comic, which I love.
Yeah, but he is the storyteller, and he tells his personal stories too, like his life, his family, his dad. But he's hysterical. Yeah, he's jumping all around stage. He's like doing tumble salt.
A lot of his comedy now.
Phys ed teacher. How do you say that? Tumble salts.
I could never say that word. I always said tumble salts, but I'm not even sure that's right.
We're gonna say it the Long
By the
Island
way, they were not allowed
salts.
to do those because it would expose their necks, and I didn't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
We would do it though a little bit. But Sebastian now is like he lives in the hills of L.A. He's loaded, but he is still the same.
Down to earth.
Yeah, his father was a barber, a ladies' barber, and he still lives that way. His wife is, I think, came from some means, and so the dynamic of him trying to trim it down and keep it sort of Chicago normal where he grew up, it's interesting as hell. I mean,
it is interesting. It is.
And he's a very good. Now you get a peek into his life in L.A. He doesn't abuse it, and he's sort of a quiet guy by nature, but he meets people all the time, and it's a great podcast. I like it.
Yeah, I like.
What's Bert's thing? What? How's he funny?
He's talking about storytelling and a little glimpse into their life. I like how today's not Hollywood. It's not Hollywood, but right now you and I are talking about like stand-up comics. We're big fans of like probably 20 plus stand-up comics. But I like how in today's world, definitely over the last 5 years for sure, being with the smartphone and all, like, we have a whole production, right in your pocket, right? Even we're doing it right now. I'm filming this, I could edit it right on my phone. So what I love now is you can get a glimpse into their backyard, which is the coolest thing. Like that's what we'd always love. Like when I was younger, or if there was a certain band or artist, and you'd get Rolling Stone magazine and read I personally would read every word of the article and be like, what are they doing? What are they into? And sometimes
it's funny
you didn't get a glimpse of
just to add on to that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big reader. I read a paragraph and I put it down. But I remember kids who read about rock and roll. Yeah. I read Sports Illustrated a lot when I was young. There was some things I would read. But I remember kids would know about these bands, and I'm thinking, like, how the hell do you know so much about this band? Yeah. But you're right, about a podcast or that you can learn. Mm-hmm. Like, do you listen to the David Spade, Dana Carvey podcast on Saturday? Oh, my God, you have to listen to that. They have everybody who's ever been on, cast members.
Oh, it's like SNL related?
That's all SNL related.
I've been watching SNL since I was allowed to.
You need to listen to that. Because Spade is very funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's dry.
Yeah, he's dry.
Funny. And Dana Carvey with the impressions.
Yeah. Church lady.
Kirkler.
I wasn't really, sometimes when I was younger, like, I don't even know, 10, and then I begged my mom to stay up late to watch that. And then I remember on Long Island when I babysat for years and years, I babysat, and the first time I did, and they came home late, I was like, oh, I got to watch SNL all by my, like, it was the great, I thought it was the greatest thing. I never laughed so hard. So basically, I've been watching it my whole life. But yeah, I gotta check that out, Dana Carvey. But oh yeah, so with
that happened to me.
Yeah,
like I did not.
Used to say I want to stay up late.
I believe the audience will get upset with me, but I believe SNL started in '76 or '77. All the kids around me were like, "Oh, you have to watch this show," and I was going out then, like late, not good. And there was no DVR, there was no repeats. If you did not see the show, you did not see the show. Yeah. And kids would be talking about it. I'm like, oh, I saw that too. It's funny. I never saw it. Yeah. When I had kids later, your kids, anybody who has kids knows, they take naps and they go to bed early. And so now you've taken a nap with them, and now it's 8 o'clock and you are completely rested. I watched Saturday Night Live from like 98, when my kids born. They were 10 in like 96, 97. So I began watching from then on to now. And then I got the DVR and shit. So, but I know all about the early part. Yeah. But I actually watched every single show on Saturday night because I was awake. Yeah. I had been sleeping all day. Yeah. I mean, afternoon after
your kids were napping.
Yeah, you know how it goes. And you're
10 p.m. you were like, I'm so refreshed now. I'm gonna catch. Today I have to DVR it because I will be asleep by the time. I can never make it sometimes all the way to 1 a.m.
Did you see?
But I do watch it on.
Listen to Dana Carvey and David Spade interview Paul Rudd. He tells a hilarious story.
I gotta check it out.
About Fred Armisen, who's like very funny and can carry a joke to the 10th power. And they were fooling around, and like one of them said, "Oh, have you ever heard of the Beatles?" And of course, but they were taking him around, and they were going on, and so like Fred Armisen, like years later, I don't know, he met Paul McCartney, he got it on video, and then sent Paul Rudd a video. I'm messing this story up, but essentially, here's the joke. He goes, "This is the guy I was telling you about. This was the Beatles. You remember that band I was telling you about?" And it's really funny. Paul Rudd's funny too, by the way.
Yeah.
But listen to that podcast. If you're at all interested in Saturday Night Live, you learned all about Lorne Michaels, how the show was run, hosts that have struggled, hosts that did good, what actually happened. And it beats them to a bloody pulp, but that's why they like to retell it, because everyone that comes on has the same story. Like, it seems so easy and so funny.
Well, they make
but
it
it's grueling.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they make it. I've seen. I've heard Leslie Jones talk about like the whole behind the scenes. That it's like you say. They make it look easy because they're doing it. They're professional, but.
Do you remember Ellen Cleghorn?
They go nonstop. Was she?
She was a cast member.
No, what era was that? In the 90s?
Yeah, when I was.
I don't know.
She's like a writing professor now.
I was in college in the 90s, so I did watch it heavily then too.
Yeah, she's a writing professor at like NYU now, doing skits and stuff. I mean, all these people moved on to.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, it's just it's a blast how like. I've actually toured the studio. Have you ever done the NBC
I was in there.
Down there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, and then I've tried for years actually to become an audience member, but there's some kind of lotto drawing. Like, we never got tickets, but we've always tried. But
for 4 years, we sent. There's a day in August. I don't know how it is now.
Yeah,
but this is years ago.
Yeah.
Where you send in and you try and get tickets.
Did you ever get?
We never did.
Yeah, but you've been to the studio on the tour.
Yes.
Yeah, us too.
Which is cool. You should do that if you haven't done it.
Yeah, NBC studio tours.
I got a question for you.
Post-COVID, I think.
Who's going to be the next producer when Lauren hangs it up?
I'm interested to know. Yeah, I think the same thing, but I think
I'll give you some nominees. You ready? Tina Fey.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Keenan.
Yeah.
And there was an associate producer who's Calvin Klein's daughter, who's like Marcy Klein, who's been his right-hand man. Yeah. But I don't know, there's just 3 rumors. Yeah. Throw it around, podcast land. Who knows?
Yeah, I actually.
Tina Fey would be good.
Oh yeah.
And Keenan knows everything. He's been there.
He's for
forever.
Almost 20 years it seems, probably.
He's fine.
But yeah. So when you go to the studio, it's quite amazing how small it is in person. And even with this filming, we're only like 4 inches away from each other.
I don't know how
but it does
big
seem
you think it is out there. It's pretty. It's cozy.
Oh.
Oh.
You can't really do dice clay with the cigar, then you ash yourself. We used to do that with my friends in
Because
college.
it's cozy. Oh!
But yeah, it's amazing how like.
Oh, I love Gilbert too.
What?
Remember Gilbert Gottfried?
I don't.
He was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
and his podcast is great.
Oh, he's
Anybody who hasn't listened to Gilbert's pod, have you ever heard of Angela?
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure
like,
if I'm a fan of his. Quite honestly, I'm not sure.
No, I would see that, but if you are at all interested in old
like
Hollywood people that are obscure, he loves Groucho Marx. He loves all these like weird people who are in movies, but.
My grandparents.
You're like weird people in horror movies.
Oh, see, I'm not.
He's a big horror guy too.
You won't find me watching any.
No, I mean the silly ones. Frankenstein.
I get easily skittish.
Creature of the Black Lagoon. The old ones.
Yeah.
Well, we could sit and smoke here all day.
Yeah, that's what we love to do. But I'm gonna say thanks again for this Maya stick. I really enjoyed it. First time I'm smoking. You gave me these. Maybe I'll do a YouTube review on this other one. I'll cut it. I'll do just me and the stick, and I'll see what kind of flavor notes I'm pulling. But
I would recommend Maya's though if you got a special group of friends you're gonna be partying with that's smoking. I mean, you have to do a little work with them, and you have to buy a few. But man, if you're hosting something,
yeah. Well, I'll
go with the handmaids, man. They're nice.
Oh, the
and those people are nice too.
Yeah.
They're very cool.
And that's in Miami, you said.
Yeah.
And
so just Google Maya Cigar,
Hand
Rolled Miami, or just Maya Miami.
I'm going to do that because actually, I think those who follow me on Instagram, DJ Dolce Productions, I do a cigar bar. Did I tell you that? I offer a cigar bar with the wedding package. So I can set up a couple Mayas on the table for sure, especially if you have to buy them in the big
wedding people would love them.
Yeah, anything I buy in big packs.
Yeah.
Then
wedding people are used to the $2 ones. These are nice.
Yeah. So anyhow, I'm gonna thank Cook for coming today, and we want to thank you once again for watching and listening. And we will definitely
smoking cigars, hard work, Well,
yeah.
That's really tough, man.
Yeah. So what are you doing after this? You got to get out of here anyhow.
I got to help my brother-in-law. I got 2 grandkids I got to chauffeur around. I'll smell like a cigar. I'll have to explain that.
So you'll be busy for the rest of the day. I'm going to head back to my day job there, my side hustle, and we'll see you next time.
Good times, man.
Authentically Angela Video Podcast. Thanks for joining.